Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Good to have y'all in with us this afternoon. Welcome to SmackDown CatFishing, and we got some guys who are going to be talking catfishing tonight. So as y'all getting ready to come in, if you see any friends and stuff, I want you to tag them on here. Make them aware that we're on here on Tuesday nights. So as y'all getting ready to come in, I thought I had my volume turned down. I got me an iPad now, and I'm telling you, I forgot to turn the volume down on it. But guys, good to see y'all. Tag a couple of friends. We got some great anglers in here with us tonight. If y'all not kept up with this couple right here on Facebook, you can find them on Facebook. Samantha and Matt, they catch some monster catfish. And we're going to try to dig in tonight and see if they'll share a few tips and techniques and tell a little bit about themselves. And I got my host in with us tonight, Joey Kirby. Said he lost so much weight he had to take 2 notches out of his hat just so it fit on his head. Welcome, Joey.
Thank you, sir. And also, Stacy, we got one of the queens of catfishing on here tonight. We can probably scoot Matt over just a little bit because I got a feeling, Stacy, she's going to let it all out tonight. Where to catch them, waypoints, just let it all out. So but we're all ears tonight.
I'll be hooking her.
Guys, if y'all don't know them, this is Samantha and Matt. Welcome to the show, Samantha and Matt. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much.
You go first.
I'm Matt and moved here to Alabama about 3 years ago. I'm from Kansas and, I've been fishing my whole life, mainly from the bank. I didn't start taking up boat fishing until about 5 years ago and started watching YouTube and watching Stacy, Josh, Brown, all those guys, and kind of just started teaching myself how to fish and try to get out there on the water as much as I can now. And then tell them where you're from.
I'm Samantha, and I was originally from Las Vegas, lived there probably like 20 years, and then moved out here a little over 3 years ago. Got with this guy, and he taught me how to fish. Everything I know is from you.
She does a great job on the boat. She holds her own, let me tell you. She pulls the anchor, she fishes, she reels in everything, she baits her own hook. That's the most important part.
That's all.
Well, Matt, one thing I do know for sure, she knows how to reel them in. I've seen that.
Yeah. Sometimes I think the fish is going to take her in, but.
So, Matt, I know you said that you hadn't been catfishing real long. So, is that what was your reason in moving to the Wheeler area, Wilson or Pickwick area?
Well, 2 reasons. One, my job. I've been with Google for almost 8 years now. And they offered me a position in Huntsville down here to come down and help start that project. And so I kind of jumped on the train, and main reason was to come down and fish because I watched the YouTube channels of everybody fishing on Wheeler, and I didn't really know much about Pickwick, Wilson, and all those places. You just heard all about Wheeler. That's kind of, if you don't live here, that's what you hear about.
Exactly.
So I wanted to come down, and I played softball and baseball for years, and I was ready to get away from that and kind of teach myself something new.
I got you. Same way I played softball all over. And Stacy and I we hook up several times a year. In this conversation, or we always come up with a term, and maybe you can, since you're not so much a local, you hadn't been there real long, that area right there is the cream of the crop for catfishing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. It took my expectations out the roof when I got here. I know a lot of people say that if you go to Alabama, the fish are so big they just jump in your boat. And
not true.
That's not true. It's that sometimes them fish know how to play hide and seek very well.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will say this: it's the best fishery that I've ever been on for as catfishing, and not just catching some good quantity of fish, but catching good quality of fish. There's a couple lakes that I really want to go fish on. I want to go to Santee Cooper, and I want to go up and to fish the James River. I know them places right there can can rival what the Tennessee River has to offer. And James River, I think, is what holds the world record. And it ain't just a fluke. I mean, they've caught a couple up in there that's 140 something pounds, you know, and so that I know them rivers there offer some good quality fish.
Yeah, it's definitely on our bucket list. We're going to go there this year, I believe.
Yeah. Chad Bryant said he needs some GPS coordinates.
I sell waypoints, $100 a piece.
Yeah.
Hey, now, Matt, with that being said, and Samantha, you can probably affirm this as well. That is an awesome fishery, but you don't just, you know, some people make it look easy, and you are two of them. You're not just going to pull up, go out there and throw a rod out and start popping them in the boat. It's not quite that easy, but the lake is notorious for big fish. So if you know they're there, your confidence gets up, and if you start doing the right things and figuring out patterns, them lakes produce. So with that being said, you don't just go down there and throw out and start reeling them in. It don't happen that way.
You know, Joey, I had a guy tell me one time, you know, we're going to Wheeler. Everybody catches them at Wheeler, and I think he's been up there and fished a time or two. They don't catch nothing. I'm like, listen, you got to look for these fish now. You got to figure them out.
Right. I told everybody at the tournament last weekend that Wheeler, we live on Wheeler. It's literally right here in our backyard. We have our own boat ramp and everything here. And it's my I call it my kryptonite lake. It is by far one of my hardest lakes to fish, besides sometimes Wilson. But I told everybody that at the tournament, and we ended up bringing a big fish in. But it's easy.
Stacy, did you hear that? He's got a ramp. Literally, he said, in my backyard.
Charles Crook is tuned in to. I don't know where Charles is headed to, but he's on a 15-hour road trip. But he's got us tuned in listening. Guys, Charles Crook is the owner of Meat Hunter Rods. If you're looking for a great fishing rod, y'all contact this guy. Not only a great fishing rod, this right here is a great guy. Charles, glad to have you tuned in with us. I'm going to say this. We're going to give away a couple things tonight. We're going to give away two of these. 2 gifts from Dale's Tackle, and we also want to give away 2 things from SmackDown CatFishing. So y'all stay tuned in with us here a little bit. John, we got a lot. Joey, we got a lot of people in the chat here this afternoon. That's got us tuned in. Richard Rackley, he's out in Arkansas. He's got us tuned in, guys. If y'all want to follow a guy who's fishing out there around Arkansas that catches some good fish, y'all look this guy right here up. Follow him out on Facebook. You're going to find out, man, there he is right there holding a monster catfish up. I think that come off the Arkansas River there. So glad to have you tuned in, Richard. We're going to get to talk a little bit about catfishing. Who knows what Matt may tell us this afternoon. Matt, one of the things I've noticed, and we've noticed this, if anybody keeps up with much going on social media, one of the things they have to have seen is the big fish that you and Samantha catch. I want you to share a little bit about, first of all, what kind of equipment do you use? I mean, as far as your line and stuff like that, and your leaders, and what's your setup there, if you don't mind telling?
Well, we use medium heavies up to heavy rods, and we use 40-pound main line, just mono. Down to, when we're anchor fishing, mostly just down to a 3-way swivel, onto a clip with a 6 to 8 ounce sinker with an 80-pound leader line down to a 12-aught Dale's Tackle circle hook. That's right.
Stuff that you use is a product of Dale's, isn't it? Them from his swivels to and I don't say that just because Dale's my buddy. Those hooks and his thermal tackle is good stuff.
Stacy uses the line, and it's hard to beat. I'll tell you what, a good hook is super hard to find. I've gone through Cat Maxes from all the way up to all of them I've used for the years. hooks have gotten like super expensive over the years. We all know that, someone's paying $2-3 a hook. And Dale offered me these one day and I started using them. It'd be hard to go to anything else now because, I mean, for the price, they're quality and they're dependable. They're not going to break. And, when you hook, you guys know, Stacy catches big fish all the time. I watch him all the time. And you don't want a hook to straighten out on you or nothing like that and cost you that trophy of a lifetime. So, yeah, we use all
I'm
of
going
those.
to say this. If I had a hook straighten out on me, that would probably be the last time I use that hook.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm done with it.
I did that all.
I don't know where Robin and, of course, Robin and Aaron is somewhere. They must be out fishing this afternoon. So Robin, maybe y'all stay tuned in with us, and maybe y'all will catch a big one. I want to ask you this, Matt. When you're out, let's just say that you're jumping on a body of water. You do a lot of anchor fishing. Is that correct?
Yes, a lot. Yeah, that's our go-to.
Yeah, I've noticed that right there. It seems to be one of your. I would say it's probably your favorite technique. Is that right there?
Yes.
Is there certain things that you're looking for that would? So if you're driving down the river, or maybe if you're looking at your maps, is there something that you're looking? Is there something that you're looking for that will cause you? Hey, we need to go check this spot out. Need to look here. Let's look around there. And how much do you depend on your electronics?
Electronics today's fishing is a must. But when I'm going down the river, I'm talking river sections, not lake sections. We fish the river 90% of the time. We're looking, if the current is fast, swift, over 1.5 miles to 2 miles an hour or faster, we're looking for current breaks. A point that sticks out of the side of the river that's going to break that speed up of that water. That may even just slow it down to half a mile an hour. A lot of times that'll push bait up to the side of the wall. And if you sit in that current seam, a lot of times there'll be a lot of big fish sitting in that current seam. If that current seam has structure, it's a golden spot to fish during high current. So we use our graph. We go through there. We don't really actually look for fish. We're not marking big fish. We're marking bait and structure 90% of the time.
Hey,
So,
let me share this, and I'm gonna ask you this, because one of the things that I've done, I use my graph and to look for fish in certain things, but I have found out that when I'm fishing current, I really don't look for fish as much as I'm looking for certain for the current seam and for structure, because I have found out that these fish can hide from me even from this graph. I don't know if they're getting sunk down or how they're doing it, but I have caught some monster fish, and somebody said, did you look for them on your graph? I said, I pulled over and I seen that top sitting in a location on a drop off like I like. I didn't see nothing, but I threw the anchor out and bam. I think a lot of people overlook, because I have people ask me all the time, did you catch this fish? And they said, did you mark him? Did you mark him? And I'm like, no, I didn't even try to mark him. I didn't even look to mark him. I just seen his current seam, and I said, I'm fishing this spot.
Well, a lot of times it won't show up on your, what graph do you use, Stacy?
I got a Humminbird Helix.
We use a Humminbird Solix and Lowrance TI for down imaging only. In them current seams, those fish are moving fast. They're feeding on that bait. You know how you get that nice, beautiful arc on your unit? You won't get that when the fish are feeding. You'll get a hot red streak underneath there. That's it.
Yeah.
We found that out in the Heart of Dixie tournament a couple weeks ago. There was a lot of broke up bait, and there was hot streaks underneath of it. I thought they were bass. So I was like, well, let's sit up on Fish It. We fished for 1 hour and landed 18 fish.
Yeah.
Just one after another. And they don't make an arc on your unit if they're moving.
Yeah, and I believe sometimes that these fish, when you're there, these fish are moving in and out, up and down, and people are looking for this big arch, and you're not going to see it. And I stress this because to me, learning to read them current seams is key. I'm like, you just got to learn to, and it ain't but one way to do it. I try my best to want people to tell people how to do it, but it's really just you got to get out there and trial and error and figure it out a little bit. But I'm telling you, them current seams is key to me. Just reading that current.
And it don't have to be a big seam either. It can be a tiny seam, just enough little point to make a 4-foot gap of slower water, and them fish will jump in and out of it.
They sure will. I can be riding down the river and the banks just be sort of straight, and there'll be a little dip, a little hole in the bank, and I'm like, we'll turn around and say, "What you doing?" I said, "There's a hole in that bank over there." I said, "It's going to create just a little pocket." I said, "We're going to go anchor down and throw right over in it."
Lacey, did you hear? He uses hummingbird and Lowrance. So Samantha, Stacy, and I'll be down there all next week. So your Solix waypoints will probably correspond with Stacy's hummingbird. So you can just keep the Lowrance to yourself, and just feel free to share that hummingbird stuff with us, and we will. We will be great.
Sam be working on the black market here.
Hey, Matt, let me ask you, what is is there a particular reason why you use both two different brands?
Yes, sir. So the newer Solix and the newer hummingbirds, they do not have 83 kilohertz on the 2D side of it. And 83 kilohertz, when you're using your 2D, is a key to knowing how big your catfish are when you're marking them for the air bladder that it shows, plus the arc. And Lowrance has kept their 83 kilohertz all the way up to their new units. So we picked up another one just for 2D and down imaging only. And we use our Solix for side imaging for better detail and mapping. Lake Master, it's hard to beat Lake Master maps. So.
Yes.
But,
I guess Chad Bryant done beat us to the punch. He said that she can't share them with us. She's already promised them to them. So also, Tony with Big Cat Fever and Slime Line would like for us to add a 40-pound bulk spool of high vis green slime line to a winner tonight as well. So
I tell you what, let's do, Joey. Let's just go ahead and take a break right now, and let's give away this 40-pound bulk spool of slime line.
Hang on, Stacy. Let me give a shout out to Tony real quick. Tony, Stacy just called me today when the rest of my slime line's full, so maybe we can let Stacy in on this giveaway.
No, Joey, that went through my mind. I may try to get in on this one right here, because I knew you was going to say that, because I just called you today. I was like, "Hey, did you have any more? I'm clean out of this stuff."
The winner's John Doe from Greenbrier, Alabama.
So give me just a second. We're going to give away this right here thing of slime line. Joey, take it over for right here while I put this in.
Well, Stacy, if you don't mind, this is pretty cool here, actually. At the end of the show, he also said, let's give away a Hellcat in high-vis green. They will be coming out. I can't tell you the date, but they're coming out soon. So the winner will just have to stay in touch with you or me. If we could, we'll try to, if y'all can, share this video. He will be giving away one Hellcat in high-vis green only, and the winner will choose the action as soon as they come in stock. So I know
that'll be the very last thing we give away. We'll give it away the very last thing. So, guys, we will give a Hellcat a high-vis green right away. So tag some friends here and make sure. Let me get this in here, Joey. The winner of this Big Cat Fever line.
Slime line is 40 pound. Hey, I done forgot. I seen something up here. They had a question. Lucas Gibson wants to know, Samantha and Matt, what's your best setup for swift water? I know you may have touched a little bit on it, but that's what I know you said prior, that's what you really like to fish. So what's your setup again?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do it.
Just a heavy action rod down to 40-pound main line. We don't use any more than 40 pound just because it's so hard to break if you get snagged up. Down to when we're in swift current, I don't like to use a slide. I just like to use a 3-way swivel with a clip on it, and then weight choice is depending on your water. We usually fish 6 to 8 rods. Down the middle, we're usually running 6 to 8 ounce sinkers, and then our outside rods in swift current, we run all the way up to 12 ounce sinkers to keep that bait from getting tangled up with all the other ones. And sometimes we even use planer boards on anchor. We cast out there and put our outside planer boards on to keep our spread out even in high current as well. Down to an 80-pound leader line. We used to use 50-pound, but we fish structure a lot, so it kept getting rubbed off and broke. So we upped to 80 to 100-pound leader line, and then we use a 12-aught Dale circle hook. Very reliable hook, like I've always said. There's just no going back after you use them.
Gotcha.
Hey, Matt, share a little bit about the anchor and with planer board, because that's something that I do. And I was tying one on one day, and they said, well, I ain't never done this being anchor. Just share a little bit about that, because most people just use them for dragging bait.
It's really good, especially when we talked about fishing current seams a little bit ago. You got that slack, slow-moving water over there. Them fish will like to run right along that bank, especially if you got weeds over there. So when you cast your line out there, the current likes to drag it back to the middle of the boat. That current will push that planer board out there and keep your line up against that bank, and they'll take it down just like you were if you're a dragon. I mean, you'll see that planer board take off, but you don't have to be moving. You can be on anchor to keep that bait spread out. Get you a better spread, cover up more area, and get your scent trail going down on a wider angle. Seems to be pretty good. Even caught a fish out from underneath a bass boat trying to run it over one time. It was pretty good.
So Matt, can you clarify something for Stacy real quick? At midnight, it's at pitch dark at midnight. It's not a good idea to walk a planer board out about 200 yards. Would you think?
You can't see it, yeah. You better get you a really good glow rod and stick it in the top of it.
Hey, Stacy, Matt, we will walk them jokers out there 80 yards.
Way over there.
Hey, if I can catch it when ain't nobody much out there and it's just me and ain't a bunch of traffic, I'm like, hey, I'm fixing to fish way over yonder and way over yonder. You know, I just sit there and hold the tension on that thumb and just let it walk way on out there. Hey, man.
Take care of that for you. We'll run that over.
hey, man, if you're within 100 yards of me, you look up, I'll be fishing behind your boat.
We'll know who's behind us this weekend.
We cause traffic jams out there sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And Stacy, I mean, it is pretty cool if you get it out there and can get it stationary and just turn that bait clicker on. I mean, it's you can just fish with your ears. I mean, that's I've missed a couple great big nice fish with them bait clickers, but man, I love sitting there having conversation and hear that bait clicker just start screaming.
The reason why we spend the night on the river sometimes, and we'll just loosen the drag up and set those clickers. And we tried to sleep on Pickwick one night, but the fish wouldn't let us sleep.
Hey, let me tell this right here, because we was out one night and Joey had that bait clicker set on, and man, I'm telling you, I'm like a live wire, and that fish hit that thing, and that clicker was just going, it was just getting it. And I was hollering, Joey, lock it down, lock it down. And he was just like sitting there just enjoying the sound of me hollering, lock it down.
I bet it gets pretty fun on that boat.
Hey, Matt, Stacy, here's a question that I see a whole lot, and I can't remember nobody answering it, but I do see this question a bunch. Do you like to fish the inside or the outside of a current break in the bend?
Outside or inside? Are you talking about like where the river breaks? What side do I want to be on?
Yes, sir.
That's a split question. It depends on your fish's mood. I mean, sometimes you'll go there one day, they'll all be on the outside bend, swooping that bait that's getting pushed into it.
Yeah.
You can come right where the current hits the wall and breaks down, and then fish. It'll usually be a bunch of gar there, but there'll usually be catfish below them. And then the next day you'll go out there and they're tired, they've fed all night, but you can still catch them. But you'll go to the inside where it's slower, and I seem to catch bigger fish when they're being lazy on the slow side.
Yeah.
I'll catch a lot of fish on the other side.
That's kind of the key to me is if the current's ripping, I try to get in the slower side of the bend. But if it's pretty much the same, I know it's a small break, but if the current's absolutely ripping, the inside's going to be quite a bit slower. But if it's a mile or 2 mile an hour, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference. But I do choose the inside of the bend to get more out of the current, like you said.
It's all depending on your fish's mood. I mean, if they're feeding heavy, they'll come out of there and they'll fight the current to get food.
A lot of 20, 30 pounders.
Yeah, a lot of 20 and 30 pounders in that swifter current on the other side. But it like the big class, like 60s and ups, it always seemed to be on the lazier side of the river.
So did I hear? I know prior to the show, Stacy and I and Samantha and you were talking. Does Samantha hold the title of the big fish in the family there?
She got me by 2 pounds now. I got my new PB this weekend.
It don't matter what she asked you by. I just asked a question. Does she have the title of the big fish?
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. She's wearing the pants in the boat right now.
There you go.
Hey, Sam, tell us a little bit about your. I know y'all also catch some flatheads. Ain't that correct?
No.
More flatheads than blue.
We don't target them like we fish like we normally do for blue cats, and I don't know, they just jump in our boat. Next time we target flatheads is now coming up on the springtime.
She said they just jump in our boat.
Yeah.
The reason our boat is a flathead magnet. We don't ever go fishing. It could be 14 degrees out there and we'll still catch a flathead.
Yeah.
Hey, let me say this here. The winner of the Big Cat Fever 40-pound slime line, I've had your name up here for a while, Billy Willard. So if you will send me I tell you what, if you got Joey on here, I'm going to let Joey take care of this. Contact Joey Kirby on Facebook Messenger. Tell him you're the winner of the 40-pound bulk slime line, and he will make sure that you're taken care of on this. Let's also right now, Joey, let's take another break, and let's do a pair of Dale's tackle pliers. This right here is going to come with a Dale's tackle plier. Show them that hook right there. The pliers and the hook.
This is a 12-aught. This is what we use for big fish and small fish. He makes it in 12 and 10. He's going to give away a 10-pack of these tonight. And I like the gap on it. It's huge.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like you, Matt. Prior to using Dale's, I used the Cat Max for years. I liked them, but they did something to their brand or something. Their hooks aren't made here like they used to be, and that's kind of deterred me a little bit. And I started Dale got those probably 6 months or so before they come out. I used them quite a bit, and I told him, I said, Dale, and he don't listen to me. I said, Dale, order a bunch of them hooks. He'll order 1,000 at a time and be out. I said, Dale, order a guy with them hooks, man. If they don't sell, you can send them to me.
I was like, when we talked to Dale on the phone, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months ago or whatever, and I was just asking him what size he had. We were going to try him, and Dale's a great, Dale's a great guy. He just literally just said, "What's your address?" Sent me some hooks, man, and I tried them out. I tried them for a month because I wanted to have a good hook that I could rely on and go to. So I put them through the test for a month straight, and then I was ready to order. I was ready to pull the trigger.
Hey, Matt, do one other thing for me. Show them again that hook and show them your thumb going down between the tip and the shank right there.
I got monster hands, by the way. So this is important to me right here. So my thumb is equal to about a 90-pound blue cat. It's the lip, and if it can't get over the lip, you can't hook it. So that's important. That's very important to me. So if you live in a part of the country that you don't hold 80, 90-pound fish, your trophy fish is a 30-pound fish. The 10-aughts work great. I think Dale got some records. He even got a 100-pounder caught on his 10-aught hook, I believe. But me, I like the big gap just because a lot of times you're catching fish over the lip instead of in the corner of the mouth.
And the reason I said that because you done the same thing I always do. If my thumb can go down between the tip and the shank, I don't have confidence in it if I'm fishing for monster catfish because their lips as thick as your thumb. And if you're fishing with something a little bit smaller, about the only way you're gonna be able to get him good is get him in the jaw. And it's not always like that, but with a hook like that right there, get him no matter where it's at.
No matter where it is. Flatheads are notorious about not getting hooked in the corner. Flatheads, we notoriously hook them everywhere except the corner. So they're weird and they're finicky. So it's a little different.
Hey, the winner of the Dale's tackle, this is going to come with a pair of pliers, and it's also going to come with a pack of 10 of the 12-aught circle hooks. And David England, you are the winner of this. You can contact me, Stacy Gasson, on Facebook Messenger. Send me your address there with that, and we're going to get you. We also going to give away another. Let's go ahead now. Let's give away another of the same thing. Another pack of pack of 10 Dale's 12-aught circle hooks and another pair of these pliers. And guys, I know these pliers a lot of times it was made, I think, for them snap rings. You got that? Show them that little lip on the end of it.
Right here, lifesavers, because you have to be a surgeon to get some of these out sometimes.
Yeah. And that hook, man, you're able to hook it and snatch it out, and your pliers not slip off the hook.
You grab it right here when you're trying to yank it out of the fish's mouth, and it will not let go. That's what it's designed for, to just grab it and pop it right out. I've seen Stacy has some videos of it that he's done on the water. I've seen them. So
yeah. And the secret is grabbing it right there where you had it at, right there in that first curve from the barb. And you just grab it and snatch it, and they'll pop right in there, and they're going to come right out there.
Yeah. Just get your angle like before you open the fish's mouth, get that angle up, and just grab it and pop it, and it'll come right out.
Yeah.
Stacy, I've got a text here. If you would, while you're looking for that winner for that second deal there, I know Matt and Samantha have a tournament coming up here in the next month or two. And our buddy RT said if they would just give it a few minutes to explain your tournament, and at the end of the show, I guess before the Hellcat drawing, he would like to donate one entry fee to their tournament, and he will send you all the money right after the show.
Thank you very much.
So if you would, after they explain this, if you're interested in that tournament and you win, you are eligible. But if you're not interested, please win. That is fishing in that tournament.
Hey, so let me go ahead and do this right before we get into that. The winner of the other Dale's tackle package there is Lucas Gibson. Lucas, just contact me, Facebook Messenger, send me your address, and we're going to make sure this gets to Dale, and he will get it shipped out to you. So we got the 40 pounds slime line taken care of. The Dale's tackle, we want to thank Big Cat Fever for helping us out and being a part of our program. We want to thank Dale's tackle for doing this. And so we have a we're gonna do this one next. I tell you what, let's save it in the Hellcat to last. All right, and we'll give you a chance to talk about that tournament right before we do this giveaway for the tournament. What about that?
Sounds great.
Hey, do this right here. We're gonna give away in just a second. This right here is by Troy Smith. Troy has donated $100 to the SmackDown CatFishing show. He is the owner of Rocco's Grocery, located on 8365 East State Highway 106. That's where you'll catch me some mornings, drinking a little bit of coffee before I go to work. A little country store. You come by, sit in a rocking chair, and talk to me and Troy. Sometimes and meet the loggers as they're coming through, filling up, getting ready to go make a day. Sometimes you can even find old Big Bama Brian as he drags through there in the morning, and he's going to get going out there to get loaded down with logs. So I want to thank Troy for this.
Home of the $1.38 pound T-bone USDA grade A bow. He just got a truck in. Go see him. He's got fully stocked up of prime USDA T-bone. $1.38 to the pound.
Sam, you and Matt get back to tell us a little bit about the flatheads. Is there a certain time of the year that y'all like to target these, and what is y'all's baiting technique for this?
Well, the time we like to target it is now. Springtime all the way up until May. So we don't use live bait for a flathead ever. We just use cut bait only.
Pretty much the same setup as our blue cat.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same setup for blue cat. We just focus structure a lot more. And you guys use side imaging, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we found over the years it's important on your side imaging to find elevated structure. So anything that has a big shadow behind it and something where a fish can get up underneath of it. And then you see other kind of structure that's just kind of flat, that's got a bunch of mud over the top of it. We haven't really had much success in that. It's elevated structure and really fresh bait is the key.
Yeah, and I would say from what I've discovered by flathead, because I used to focus on flatheads all the time, and I still love to fish for flatheads. The thing that's different between them and the blues, the biggest difference is, first of all, is going to be their habitat. But that, to me, the fresh bait is key. I mean, it is a must. You ain't gonna see me out there fishing with flatheads for 3-day-old bait. I want it fresh. He just seemed to be a little different. I don't know, he's just a little bit more finicky, but that fresh bait is a key. You're not going to see me fishing with him with frozen bait. I want fresh bait when I'm fishing for that flathead.
Catch it the same day, use it the same day.
That's the best thing. And I will tell people, I go off on 2 or 3 day fishing trips, and I don't not catch my same bait every day. I do fish with the same. I will hold it in my cooler. But I'm telling you, I take a lot of care of my bait. If I'm fishing for 2 days and I got bait today, one of the bait guys seen me, I always put my bait in a bag. You never see my bait sitting on ice. It's always put in a bag. And if I'm going to buy 20 pieces of skipjack, I'm going to put 10 in one bag. I'm going to tie it up. I'm going to put it on the bottom. I'm going to pour ice on top of it. But that ice is not going to be able to wash the slime and all that stuff off my bait. It's going to stay in that bag. It's going to be slimy when I bring it out. It's going to still have a shine to it. And I use the bait that I got on top first, and then I got that bait in the bottom in that bag that stayed with ice packed on top of it. And to me, it's made a difference. You know, we're trying to keep bait for a day or two when you're out fishing. I just don't lay it in my cooler. And if I had it in there, that water, that ice is melting, and it just causes to wash that slime and stuff off of it, you know. And another key, I don't know if anybody does this, but my cooler, I've got a cooler in my boat. I keep my bait and my drinks in there. But the spout on it is always open. I never close it. And that's the way when my ice melts, it just drains out into my boat and we pump it out there because I do not want water in my cooler with my bait.
They get waterlogged and all the blood come out of it.
Hey, if I got in your boat and I got in a boat one time and the guy had a bunch of shad and they were just floating around in the water. I said, "You got bait?" He said, "Yeah." And they opened the cooler up and there's shad floating around in the water. I said, "I ain't using that." And I'm like, I don't have no confidence in that.
Yeah.
It washes everything off of them.
Hey, Stacy, I know a lot of people are notorious about live bait, but I'll be honest, especially here in the Kentucky area, and I know even when you and I fish down there, a big old, if I can get one from Stacy, a big old fresh skipjack head is top notch bait in my book. You can keep your brim, you can keep your I know in crappie, you can't use them in Kentucky, but you can keep those. You can keep your shad. You can keep all of that. My preference is a big old fresh skipjack head.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. There ain't no doubt. Joe, you just have it. Go ahead.
They're kind of picky about that head sometimes. This weekend it was body section or nothing.
Really?
They didn't touch. We put all heads on one side, all bodies on the other side, and they would just get nothing but pieces of bait this big.
Yeah,
it had to be the body section.
Well, Stacy and I fished before, and I've used the tails, and it's not a tail. I actually used the tail section of the skipjack. And put just as many fish in the boat as Stacy did with the big old head. Now he caught the great big one, but that we'll tell that later.
The fish can be as picky as right here.
Oh, well, let's go ahead while we're here. Let's give another thing away. I am going. This right here is sponsored by Troy Smith at Rocco's Grocery. And I'm going to this right here. I'm going to give the winner a choice of what they want to do. And I'm giving away $100 credit to SmackDown CatFishing. You can go on my website and you pick out what you want. I'll give you $100 credit to whatever there you want on that on my website. So this right here is going to be it. This is the winner of the $100 credit to SmackDown CatFishing, and you can just get in touch with me. Robin Allen. Robin, contact me. Send me a message. I think you're out fishing with Aaron this afternoon, so just send me a message right there, and I'll take care of y'all and see what you need. We also have, I'm fishing to give away two SmackDown rod holders of your choice, of any color that you want. I'm gonna give away two of them, and this right here, you can just contact me. Hold on just a second. Let me put.
Well, they're going crazy in chat, Stacy. We're giving away more stuff than Joe Biden.
All right, here is the two SmackDown rod holders. These are the two 4-inch SmackDown rod holders. You can contact me, and we will of any color, and we'll get these shipped out to you. These right here, I want to thank Chad Bryant with Merchant Food Services. Chad's a big supporter here of this program. Chad makes a lot of things happen. Him with a lot more people that are involved in here. Thank you so much. And here, Robin Allen is the winner of the $100 credit to SmackDown CatFishing. And this right here is the winner of the two 4-inch rod holders. So you can just contact me, and we'll make sure if you want a certain color, we can get these to you. And where did that go to?
Zach Gasson said, pick him, please. He take them in green.
Zach Gasson's always wanting something. Well, it messed up on me. Hang on.
Well, they in chat just going crazy tonight.
There we go. Every time I went to save it, it would delete this one, but here it goes. Ronnie Sprayberry. I don't know Ronnie, but I've heard of him. Don't know him personally. I hope I get to meet him here one day. So Ronnie, you can contact me. You can go to Stacy Gasson's Facebook Messenger. Tell me what color you want in the 2 rod holders, and just leave me your address, and I'll make sure these get to you. All right, we got a tournament coming up that y'all putting this on?
It is us and also Joey Milton from BKPC Nation. We are putting it on for Tackle 22. When was it? May 15th out of Ingalls. And you're going to be able to fish all 4 lakes, and then weigh-in will be at Ingalls.
Let me do this right here. Let me interrupt you just 1 second. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to share some information. Guys, we're going to do a entry fee giveaway to this tournament. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. Because we want to give it away to someone who is going to be able to fish this tournament. So I'm going to ask you, if you would, to go in chat. This is what I'm going to be looking for. Go in chat and type in the word tournament. And that's the way we'll know that you're able, and you're going to be able to fish this tournament. And this is how we'll choose the winner of this right here. Just go in chat. Don't you think that's fair, Joey?
Stacy, what if you can't spell tournament?
Just put just do like I do. Start off with a T and just scribble the rest of it.
Oh boy, hey, y'all didn't even laugh about we giving away more stuff than Joe Biden. I mean, if I had a drum set, that right there was top notch.
Yes, share a little bit about this tournament, what it's about, and guys, so put that right there in the chat bar, the word tournament, and that's what we'll be choosing from. Matt and Sam, tell us a little bit about this if you have any information on it, and just go over it real briefly there.
All right, the tournament is for Tackle 22. Eddie is the founder of that. Tackle 22 is a foundation where Eddie takes out military, active, retired for therapy. It stands for 22 suicides a day. Eddie's trying to get that number down to 0. So we are putting on this tournament to help him pay for gas, food, lodging of all of the vets that come to fish with him. What else?
He takes these veterans out on the water at no expense to the vet.
That's awesome.
It's literally trying to introduce them to something to help them out to get through what they've been through. You know, if it wasn't for the military, we wouldn't be here, guys. That's the way we see it. If it wasn't them, there's no freedom, there's no fishing, there's no nothing. So anything.
Can you tell them it is? I guess Marty come in late. It will be Gunnersville, Pickwick, Wilson, or Willard, correct?
All you stay in Alabama and on the Tennessee River, you can fish anywhere you want.
And the weigh-in is at Ingalls Harbor. There you go.
We have a lot of sponsors have stepped up. I mean, there's a ton of them. There's going to be a ton of prizes. Joey's working out on a payout system to make sure that you're still fishing the tournament. You're still going to, get your prize, and we're going to have a lot of giveaways. A lot of people stepping up in this tournament, and I'm hoping to see a good crowd show up. Heart of Dixie Trail Systems helping us out. Same thing with the TRCC guys. They're going to help us out too. River Rat Repair is going to be there with a weigh-in. running the scales and things like that. So it's going to be a really well put together tournament. It should be a really good time. And Eddie's going to talk out there more about his organization. We're going to have a live section here in a couple weeks with Eddie, just to kind of have more of the man himself. So.
And we're going to try we're going to have we probably need to get this scheduled when I get back from spring break, of having one of these guys on here telling about this tournament, either the guy from Tackle 22, Edward Anderson, or Joey, one or the other, and have them on here telling a little bit more about this. So
that would be a good one to have a great turnout in.
Yeah, they're both great guys. They both have really big hearts. That's what matters. So
you got that right.
And then we also want to encourage, if you are going to fish in the tournament, to if you have a two-man team and you know somebody that's a veteran, to get them on your boat for your third man or your partner or whatever. We're going to have a big vet giveaway too as well. We're going to take a vet on our boat for the tournament for sure. And we're just encouraging that. That right there can make somebody's day.
Yeah, that's correct. That's awesome.
Yes. And guys, I want to share this. I know we're probably getting late into this show, but I'm hopefully they're going to run some kind of faster internet coming to my place. I was hoping I'd have it by tonight. And I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get high-speed internet, Joey. I told the lady up there, I said, I want it so fast before I click my button, it's already changing pages on me. So I thank y'all for bearing with us so much, and we have had pretty decent quality tonight. Maybe it hasn't lagged so bad, but I just want to thank our viewers for being patient with us. But we're trying our best. I'm trying my best to get a faster and better quality service that we can offer to you. I've got the winner of the tournament, and Joey, who they need to get a hold to? I reckon they can just who they need to contact, Joey.
I guess they don't have to contact anybody. It's going to be taken care of. I guess they just need to get on their entry list. And Robert will get with Samantha and Matt and take care of everything. So I assume whoever wins, we just have to confirm that they are going to fish it, and the rest is taken care of. Stacy?
Well, they had the name in tournament written in there, so hopefully they going to fish it. I'm going to pop this name up. Matt and Sam, if you would write this down so you'll know, and the one who's buying this right here, entry fee, we can get it taken care of from there. The winner of the tournament entry is going to be Scott Childress. Scott, at the same time, Scott, we got your name down. You can contact one of us. We're going to get you the information, or you probably know Matt and Sam Mayer. Contact them, and they will take care of you. And we'll make sure that this right. And Matt and Sam, we will see who we got to get it. Joey, you already said the entry fee has been taken care of. Ain't that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, good deal.
Everything. I just got the text from Robert. He said that just give an entry fee away because he's all about this tournament with them. I'm always talking to you about it. He said just give an entry fee away, and he's good for it. He'll take care of it.
Well, Robert, if you would, you see who this right here is? It's Scott Childress. And Scott, we got you taken care of there. If you have any further information, contact us, and we will help take care of whatever we need to do. We got one last thing we're going to give away. And this right here is going to be our final one tonight. This is going to be the Hellcat High Biz Green Rod. And I've written your choice of any weight, far as medium heavy or whatever. And there is a stipulation. That's when these come out, which probably going to be pretty soon.
It's soon.
All right.
Stacey, I want you to touch something real quick. I know Greg last week, you mentioned it the last several weeks, that Greg was going through some issues. And I know last Tuesday, right prior was before he got his result for his testing that he went through. And I've seen his live feed at work last week, and I had to leave the control room. It gave me cold chills, and it touched me pretty good. So I would like to. I sent him a message as soon as I seen that. Said, "Man, go home and get you some rest."
So, Joey, what you want to say about this rod? Put in a plug there for him, man.
It's the Hellcat rod. It's the new Big Cat Fever Series rod coming out. They're going to be offered in high bench green when they first come out. The action, I believe, is going to be medium to extra heavy. They will be coming out soon. I believe they're just foam. It's a mixture. It's going to be a different. It's not going to be the same blank as the Big Cat Fever edition rod. It's a mixture of a couple substances, and I do know this, that I get a message a few times a week about the release of them. They don't want to say the exact date just in case, because they have been. It's nothing due to their fault. Shipping and all that's going crazy, but they will be available soon. And whoever wins this, get a hold of me, and we will have the information. And as soon as they come in, you will get yours within a couple of days. So they are they're the Cat Meow. Y'all can go on there and check out the videos that Caleb and everybody's made. And I haven't held one yet. But, when they come in, I'm going to get a few for the people around here to try out. But they are they're going to be pretty sharp.
Hang on. All right. Before we do this right here, we got the winner of the Hellcat rod. You can contact, if you would, send Joey your name and address here. And Joey, I got it also written down. And this is the winner of the Hellcat rod. I want to thank Big Cat Fever, Tony Ramsey. Tony, you can contact Joey, send him a message there, and we'll get the information to you, get the information from you, and we'll take care of that. So just contact Joey there. The Hellcat rod is going to be Tony Ramsey.
Yes, sir.
Before we get off the air tonight, Matt, Samantha, is there anything else that you want, that y'all would like to say? Anybody you'd like to thank, or throw in any plugs there for anything?
I want to give a shout out to Aaron Churchwell for partnering up with Meat Hunters today. Well deserved. Aaron Churchwell's a great guy. Always willing to help me out on the water, and just became a good friend over the last couple of years.
Yes. And I see you got the Dale's tackle shirts on tonight.
Fish Hard made those for us, and Dale sent those over to us.
Yeah, well, good deal. Good deal. Joey, anything you want to say, Joey?
No, Stacy, I just like to echo what they say. Dale's Tackle, SmackDown CatFishing, Big Cat Fever, Slime Line, Meat Hunter Rides, Robert Thomas. We got Dale's Tackle, Dustin Powell, Big Heavy D, Doug Walker. Got some good friends, some good-hearted people in this game. There is some craziness that goes on with everything else, but catfishing is awesome. There's way more good people in it than there are bad. So if you see some sourness, just delete it, block it, mute it, pitch it, and move on. So that's the best way to deal with all of that. But Tracy, I know I thank you all the time, and I appreciate you, buddy. And that's pretty much it. I'm grateful. We're blessed.
So remember, at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and going fishing.
That's right.
Yeah, yes, it is about having fun. Guys, I want to thank y'all so much for being a part of this program. Um, we're approaching a time of the year. We're fixing to celebrate Easter. I know that y'all keep up with me and watch me on here. I don't call myself a very religious man. I like to refer to myself as a spiritual person. I put a lot of confidence in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He is the one who's paid the penalty for my sins. He died upon an old rugged cross. He shed his blood to pay the price for my sins. We fix to celebrate Easter, which is the resurrection of our Lord. The resurrection is proof that Jesus is the Messiah, that he's the Christ, the Son of the living God. And I think that he said something to Nicodemus. He told Nicodemus, said, you must be born again, or you cannot see or inherit the kingdom of God. Guys, I don't know where you're at. And I really don't care what you've been into and what you've been through, but we serve a Savior who cares about us. And I remember reading about the things he had said. And I says, you know, when it's all said and done, Jesus is a sinner's best friend. Religious people will probably throw you out and say things, but Jesus is here to take care of you. He's the one that died for our sins and has died to take care of us and to pay that penalty. So he is your best friend. I pray that if you don't have a relationship with him, that maybe you would consider that. And I promise you, all you got to do is ask him, and he'll fulfill that promise. God bless y'all. Have a great afternoon. And may the favor of the Lord continue to be upon you. May a hedge of protection be about you and your family. In Jesus' name, we'll see y'all next week, hopefully. And thank you, Sam and Samantha, for being on here. And guys, we'll catch y'all again.
Thanks for having us.
See y'all.